Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new painting tutorial, and this time we are going to paint this miniature. This is the Blightking, a generic one that I have it for a while in my collection, pending to be painted, and it's going to be painted. So this one I will go for a greenish skin. So as well as usual I play with the skins, and here what I want to share to you is how I will play with a greenish looking skin. So I will start with iron rack skin. Okay, you can use any pale green. I like this one. I think it's quite interesting color to start with. It's almost white, and we are going to apply this on the skin. Okay, I think it's a nice base to then start layering. I will do this on all the skin. Okay, and I will be back once this is applied. Okay, next step, I'm going to use Elysian green to do the armor plates. Okay. In the case we don't have too many armor plates, so I will do them all with Elysian green. It's quite a pale green. I like to go for this pale green. Don't worry if you don't see a lot of contrast now. We are going to work with the shades and so on to create more contrast. So we apply this on the different armor plates, and I'm back. So here you have another example of a guy with more armor plates. Okay. Next step, I'm going to use the Canothian shadows shade to apply it on the flesh, so to give a deeper green. Okay. We are going to do this over all the skin. So I'm doing that, and I will be back for the next step. So when you're applying a wash, well, don't try that it's not accumulating too much. I try to go fast, so I don't go over areas where I start drying. So try to be a little bit organized, follow some type of order when doing that, and try not to, for example here I was using the belt as a border, not to know where I have to stop. And now I go over the belly. Okay, and if you did them this way, I'm doing this now. When doing other parts, I'm not too concerned at this stage. Okay. So yeah, I will do that. I will wait that this dries, and then I will be back for the next step. Okay, next I'm going to use Zyger Brown, and we are going to apply this on the belts, boots, and yeah, and here on the a part of the axe. So I'm going to take it here on this bell, and we're going to apply it. I'm going to apply it as well here. I will do the back and this handle, this part of the handle there where we have the leather straps. So I do that, and I'm back for the next step. Okay, next step, I'm going to use Bookmarks Glow, and I'm going to paint the inside of the mouth and this long tongue here. Okay, so this thing, we're going to like this. and we have like a face there. I will paint as well this. Okay, so I will do that, and I'm back for the next step. Okay, next step, I'm going to use Beyblade Brown to do the tabard he's wearing. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit tricky because it's not easy to reach. And I'm going to apply this there. Okay, so I will do that, and just I will just apply it on the tabard, this color, and it's quite tricky because it's not easy to reach. So most likely we should have done this at the beginning, because it's quite easy to dirten the legs. Okay, but okay. So I'm going to do that, and I'm back. Okay, next step. Okay, now we have this. Next step, I'm going to use the, what's called this one, Agarus Dunes on the horns. Okay. We want to go for quite a, and you can see these Agarus Dunes, you want these dark looking horns. It's very nice. Applied over silver, you can also do a very nice gold. Okay. And we are going to touch the teeth as well. I know that they have a green, but I'm expecting Agarus Dunes to be able to go over. And doesn't matter if it does not go over, I will start yellowing the teeth. As you can see, it goes over quite nicely. And you want to go for this dark yellowish teeth, right? This teeth is completely translocated. That's all. I don't think we have more teeth. Okay. Let me do another contrast and then I will let it dry. Okay, I'm going to take now snake bite leather and I'm going to do the handle of the axe. Like that. Contrast paints can be very good for, contrast paints and washes work very nicely on Norgal because it gives this sensation of dirtiness that matches very well with the thematic. Okay. And as you can see, this can be done in different colors. I use very dark brown on this one, so I like to not do all the weapons in the same way for all the guys, so I expect each guy, especially these ones that are the elite inside of the Norgal, they will have a little bit of random equipment depending on their abilities and their preferences. I'm going to do just one other thing and then we are going to let it dry. I'm going to take Gilliman Flesh and I will do the head that he's holding. Okay. And we can apply it over the tongue as well. Okay, and now I wait that all this contrast dry and I'm back. Okay, next step, I'm going to use this color, what it? Voluptuous pink, but very thin, to a level that is a wash. And we are going to apply this. You can do two things, or you can do a wash, as I did here, to do this pinkish shade on the skin. Or in that case, I want to apply it in some parts, right? So I will apply it, for example, on the tongue, okay, to give a more pinkish tonality on the tongue. Okay, I'm going to apply it on these blisters, and you can see that it's very diluted and it's done in purpose. We can add around the wounds or around the sores. Okay, just to give a pinkish tonality. You can even put it here below where you have big folds, or you can even do a full wash on the miniature. All depend on how much pinkish tonality you want to give to the skin. But it will combine very nicely with the green. It will give this, for example, here that is really like very swell. I will put a lot of this pink to give the sensation of thickness. So it will, and then you add color variation depending by zones of the skin. Okay, so for example, I will add it here. I will add it on of course, where I have pustules or blisters or all these type of things, and here where I have some deep wrinkles, just to enhance the sculpt. You can even put it around the bell. Don't worry if you go a little bit over the bell. Okay, I will put it around the mouth, on the eye. So for example, here on this part that is blopping out of this armor. Okay, so I choose strategic parts. Okay, where you think the flesh is, it's too much. It's just to show more the thickness on the flesh. Okay, and it's up to you to where you want to really put. You can also put it more in the tentacles or in this type of appendixes that we have here to make them look weird, strange. Okay, and then once this is done, I will wait that this dries before doing any further step. Okay, this is how it looks like once the magenta wash have dry, so you can see we have this nice reddish shade that looks, for me, looks great. It's what I was looking for. And now I'm going to apply Iron Breaker, okay, on the metallic parts. Okay, so I will not be too much concerned on the parts where I want to put later on brass or golden, but it's going to be more brass because I like to put the oxidation on the bluish oxidation. So I'm going to apply now first this on all the parts where I want metallic. Okay, so I'm going to apply Iron Breaker, and I will be back for the next step. So here, and on the chainmail. Okay, next step, I'm going to use Retributor Armor on the part where I want brass. Oh, brass or bronzed color. So this is going to be mainly here the Norgal symbol. Okay, I will do as well the decoration here at the contour weight of the sword. This one is very light in armor. I do like this one. I will do as well here this very small things. Don't worry if you go a little bit out, when we do the wash will resolve. And I think I will not do the guard of the sword at the end, I will leave it like that. I think we have enough gold. I realize I missed some parts with the metallic, so I will do them. So the spikes here and some of the decorations, and I'm back. Okay, next I'm going to use this color from Miniature Paints that is called Mustard, and we're going to do some of the pustules and as well some of these swords that we have there. We are going to put, for example, this yellow, as it is the fat, the underskin fat, or maybe some type of infection. So who knows what we have there. Okay, but I think this will give interesting contours as well. We'll make these pustules to pop up. I like that it's a little bit, in that case it's word that is a little bit transparent. So you don't want a super bright yellow. This is why I choose this mustard. Okay, and yeah, just put it where you think is interesting. It's up to everybody. To decide where to put it, to be fair. Here I will do more like fleshy, maybe, but this one I will do like this yellow there, and then red flesh drawn. So I will keep doing that. I will pay some attention that I don't miss any pustule, and I'm back for the next step. Okay, next I'm going to use Nihilite Oxide, and we are going to apply this where we have brass and around these areas, just to, so for example here, we'll just apply it around. This way I said if you go a little bit out, don't worry too much. Here I will also apply it around, like that. And now I realize that I forgot the back, the other side. So I will do the other side and then put as well the Nihilite Oxide. Okay, so I will do this off camera, because it's more of the same. And I'm going to use now Risa Rust, this one. And I like it to apply this where we have holes and similar, so I try to wet a lot my brush, try to take it quite thin, and I don't apply it as again worship says why I want to apply it like that. Okay, like dirtying this the zone around where I want the oxide to be. So because the oxide will be as well, not just on the hole, will be around. Okay, something like that. And I will do as well on the green. Okay, again I forgot here the back, so I need to come back with the brass color and do the back, but okay, it's not a big deal. Okay, so I will keep doing that. can see on the armor, just here and there you apply a little bit the razor rust. Okay, don't worry, it's no, it looks too orange to you, because we are going to wash it and then it will go much brown. Okay. Okay, that is okay. And to be fair, this nitrous oxide works, razor rust works fantastic on top of a green armor. It looks like they have made it for Nurgle. Okay, and then here around the hole. I will do the shot from the other side and I'm back. Okay. Next, I'm going to wash it with Aquax Airshade, and then we will need to wait, of course, that it dries. Okay, not all the miniature this time, so we just wash where we have on the blade. Okay, so it will help to smooth all this, to unify all this color here. We still see on Nurgle you can be a little bit more heavy on the washes. It works. Here I'm going to wash the wood as well. Okay. I'm going to wash this clothes. And there I forgot an armor plate. This is a failure. I will do the wash and then I will come back to this. Okay, we do it here, and we're going to do as well the armor plates. Sorry, not an armor plate, a small chainmail that he has there hidden under the belly. Workshop miniatures have a lot of detail and sometimes you miss some of them. On the other side, if you go a little bit on the skin like happened me there, it's not a end, but it's not the end of the wall. Just try not to make it too visible, and that's all. Okay, now we will wait again that it dries and I'm back for the next step. Okay, this how it looks like now. And yeah, I will put here on this dead face, I think I will apply Aquax Airshade now. Okay, I should have done before, but yeah, I wanted to make it darker, or maybe, let me think, maybe I will apply a green, no, we'll apply Aquax Airshade. All depends on what color. If you want to go greenish, you apply a green wash, if not a brown wash. I wanted to give it a brown look. Okay, yeah, I should have done this with this previous step, but it's not a problem. This is a small part, so it's not going to be really a problem. Let's do now some highlights on the skin. So I'm going to use, I have too much. Okay, I was just taking a little bit of water, they have too much, the wet palette. So I'm going to use the green we used before. Sorry, the green we used before, yes, the green, this color, okay. Iron rack, and we are going to add some highlights on the skin. Okay. And we are going to do the eye as well, and the teeth. So just with this green, very carefully I will do some highlights where I think it's making sense. Okay, if I already applied the pinkish like I did there, I will not apply it. Okay, I will avoid some places. If you have the pinkish tone, you can sing on a flesh color. Cadmium flesh tone will help you. Okay, so I will be combining cadmium flesh tone and the green. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to use Ariel yellow, and I will do the eye. Here with Ariel yellow. Okay. And with the Mutar green, I will do the teeth. Okay. Now we keep highlighting. So, as I said, I can use in some places some little bit of cadmium flesh tone. Okay. The other part I will use the green. Okay, the iron rack. The idea is to make even more visible the volume that we already have a good shading and highlights with the operations we have done up to now. So this is really completely up to you. Okay, I like to add a little bit of the cadmium flesh tone in some parts to give more a pinkish look, and combine it with the double contours with the green. Okay, combine it with the green one. So here, for example, I will use the green. Here I will use cadmium on this fold. And then I will use the green on top. Okay, and you keep working. Okay, I will this. idea here is to clean what you need to clean and to make the details even more visible. Here I thinned it a lot, the paint, so I am quite transparent. And I will keep working on the skin. Okay. Here with a little bit of the flesh tone. Like that. Okay, and just I will keep doing the skin, but one thing that I will do, I will take black now that the eye is dry, and I will do a line like that in the middle. Okay. Okay, so I will now keep working on the skin and I'm back. Okay, next step I'm going to use XV88. Okay, this one here to do the highlights and weathering on the leather. Okay, so I want to go for quite a contrasting color. XV88 will do the work, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go next to the edges of the leather and do this type of small strokes. Okay, and I will do as well the folds. I will do here on camera this boot. Then we can do scratches as well. I'll take a little bit of water on my brush. Can do scratches like that. Okay. So I suggest first to do the edges. When you have done them, then you can add, if you want to add a scratch here and there. So for example here I will add another scratch like that. Some can be thicker, some can be narrower, longer, from side to side. This will represent more than the highlight, the light will represent where the leather is being damaged, it's ruined, worn out. Okay, and then have this thing. Okay, then on the front of the boot you will expect to have more of this. Okay. And if I see that there is some parts where, like here, that there is like a white dot, I will use Rhino's Guide to correct it. Okay. And I will do this weathering on the belts, on the back that we have here. Okay, so for example here, I'm going to go here, and we have the folds. And then as well, we are going to add some scratches, especially the bottom. Okay. Like that. Some scratches can cause the other. Okay. So I will do the other boot, I will do the belt, and I'm back for the next step. Okay, next I'm going to use the Messy Desert, and with this one I'm going to highlight the teeth. Okay, it's mainly to clean up. I will keep all these teeth with this yellow, thick yellow color, and I will also highlight this part of the wood. Okay. And if you see that looks too much, this too much, then you can use XV88 that we were using before. So we can use a mixture of XV88. So for example here, I will use XV88, and on the top here I will use the Messy Desert. Okay, it's up to you. I like to play with these two colors to give more variation on intensity. Okay. Now we are going to close there. This is, I think this is going to be good enough. Okay, next I'm going to use again streaking green. Okay, have it there. Same that we have used for the base. sorry, not streaking green, I'm going to use Elysian green. This one, we are going to do a little bit of edge highlight on the armor plates. Yeah, on the ones where we have more armor plates, like this one, this is quite important. Okay, this is can be quite different, one Blightking versus the other. Some have more flesh visible, some have more armor plates. Okay, what you want to do is I want to define a little bit more the edges of the armor plates. Don't need to overdo. Example, you have add rust in some edge because there is some rust in that part. Don't do it. For example, there I will avoid it, and I will go lower like that, like that. This one. This is the same color we use as a base color, and because we have done the Dagger's Earthshake wash, okay, the color we have now on the armor is darker, so this is why it's highlighting. It works quite well. Okay, I will do now the other parts and I'm back. Next step, I'm going to use Iron Breaker, and we are going to do some highlights on the metal parts. We can do some here on the edge on some parts, because the edge will be polished when you hit something. Okay, and then you can do like scratches. Here I will expect some polishment as well, because it's the edge, second the change. Okay. And then you can see the scratches will be very visible. You can imagine that if he's hitting something, it will be scratch, it will hit other weapons, right? So you want to be very thin, and then just do here and there some scratches. And as I said, I will go to this part where we have the transition. You can also add the back, because I guess sometimes he will hit backwards. You can also add some scratches backwards. I think like that will be enough, and then we're going to do the same on this sword. Okay, I'm going to play here. Now on the middle. And let's do some scratch. Okay, and we're going to do the same on the other side. Okay, and now like that should be enough. We can do some scratches. Okay, and like that, for me is good enough to do the metal. I want to keep the metal quite dull. So now I'm going to use blood for the blood god. Okay, and I'm going to put like some fresh blood in some of the source of the, for example, we can put it here. Okay, we can put here as well. This will give the sensation of even more painful, all these wounds. I'm trying not to cover the yellow we have done before, and you don't need to do all the swords, so you only need to do some of them. And not completely, so just with moderation we do this. Okay, especially some like this one that I don't like how it's looking, so you can add this. Okay, so now it's looking quite painful. Let's do another one, for example this one, because I had the sensation of the belly, have not done almost any. That's all. Okay, that's good enough. Now we are going to use Beyblade brown and let me see if I find the color. This one, Tire and Sand. Okay, and with these two colors I'm going to highlight this, but mainly Tire and Sand will help me here because okay, and what I want to do is to add some highlights, not everywhere. Like that, you need to do the full cloth. Okay. Now I'm going to use a little bit of Beyblade brown to smooth it. If I see that it's too much in some parts. And I will correct if there is some mistakes as well. Here, for example, if you have Reynolds height on the white palette, I will do this small hole there. this should be good enough. Okay, and I'm going to now use a little bit of to dry Cadian and Bookman Glow. Okay, we'll take a little bit of Bookman Glow. There's one. And I also have Cadian Flesh Tone. You don't need too much. So I want to do a little bit of highlight on the tone. Okay, I will start with Bookman Glow. I do it like that. And then we can use example on the extreme Cadian Flesh Tone. Okay, I wanted to keep quite dark, so I will not do too much. I think like that is good enough. And then on this thing, here on this face, I'm going to use Screaming Skull that I already have in my palette. I will do this stitches that we have there. We have some stitches on the eyes, so on. And I'm going to do a second wash of Agua Airshade because I want it to look dark. And then I will wait again so that it dries. Okay, so we do not too much. Second wash. And the intention is really to look putrid, dark. If you want, you can also do a little bit of green. I don't want to put green wash because I want to really contrast with the skin. I don't want that it's mimicking with or it's camouflaging with the skin. Okay, I will wait that this dries and then come back. Okay, at this point we have the miniature almost painted. So now I'm going to do some effects on the mouth. And first I'm going to use a gloss varnish, and we are going to apply this on the mouth. You can also apply that on some of the pustules if you want it, but first I will be very generous on the mouth. I want the mouth to look very glossy. Okay, you can go a little bit out of the mouth, especially when you are at the bottom part, like if it's rippling, and of course you want to make the tongue to look very slimy. Okay, I will apply as well on this head. And I will do it like that. I want it to look really glossy, whitey. Okay, so I'm not, and you can even do this small appendix tentacle that goes down. Okay, and then as I said, you can apply this in some pustules if you want, or you apply well onto his mouth, and I will go a little bit down. Okay, and then we can apply on some of the postals. No need to put on all of them, but some look good. And now again I will wait that this dries. Bueno. Then to finalize the miniature, what I have done is I played with a glue, this type of glue that does, put it here on this, that you can see it's doing this type of slimy thing, okay, and I put it on the tone. Okay, I will do another one. This is going to be a little bit risky because it's not that easy to control sometimes. From there to there. I will remove this part that I don't want it. Okay, you have it like that. Okay, I have put here around the head, and I think like that will be good enough. So I can put maybe a thicker slime. You can wait a little bit, that is getting, because it gets viscous, and when it's more viscous it's easier to manipulate. But for example, we can go here at the bottom. And now the difficult part is stop it. Okay, and I think that's all. So with that, don't do too much. With that, I will say that the miniature is complete. So quite happy to see all this dripping slime, saliva all around. I think will make the miniature to look more grotesque even. And that's all. So please let me know what do you think. Give a like if you have liked this video, and as usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.